Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel in the month of October of 2023. How is everybody doing? For me personally, it's very intense energetically. There are very good news and good vibes, and the promise of the future, of course, is here, right? We're creating the paradise here on earth, the heaven on earth. At the same time, energetically can be very strenuous, and I'm also encountering lots of red wave frequency. It's coming from the phone, so I'll see how this will continue, how everything unfolds. So of course I'm turning off the phone, but at the same time I know I have to kind of deprogram myself. I had to I cannot be addicted to my phone anymore. So again, it's a good news. It depends how you look at it, right? And at the same time, I may need to even think of something buying for my heart area, because our heart is being activated. Our crystalline DNA is being activated, and there's the agenda of those negative aliens, right, through the red wave frequency technology that they are blasting, whether through our phones, computers, satellites, 5G towers, Wi-Fi, and even people, they have a GPS in their cars, right? We're all being actually weaponized, and it does damages the crystalline DNA, or the process of transitioning from carbon-based DNA to crystalline DNA can be kind of more complicated, but there's a lots of help, and really what matters is to loving ourselves unconditionally and doing our best. And of course, some of us will not be with us physically, but there's this good news that we are no more recycling to this back to this 3D prison planet, but people will be sent to these kind of transitioning places in the astral plane, where they'll be trained, and of course their soul needs to be healed and rehabilitated, so they can then reincarnate in the 5D earth, the new earth, and so on. And the 5D, this is just kind of going to be the basics. Of course, we're multidimensional, and maybe some of us will go back to our star constellations, even beyond this universe. So like we said, the stargates are open. We have connection to the first God world of creation. So, and we are overriding, the structure of those negative aliens with those black magicians, the Nephilim reversal grid. So there's a lots of positive news in the air. So the responsibility or homework is to tune in into those energies, and doing our best, walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion. That's what happened. That's what I wanted to say. That's what we are was the practicing. Very important to practice all that, because the time is now, and all time is coming, right? Those are the forerunners and the system busters and the renegades and the galactic indigo warriors, right? I mean, even for me, I'm doing all these videos. Of course, not everybody's watching it, and hardly anybody's watching it, and that's okay. But also I wanted to download a video like this afternoon, but I have dogs barking, and there was something else going on. And then somehow one of those dogs ended up getting through this little hole, right, which is between the wall and the fence. And so he was in our backyard, that was my roommate's backyard. So, and then so I had to kind of a little bit entertain that dog. He was very happy to see me, but he started jumping way too high, and then my clothes kind of got dirty, and he was not hitting me. I mean, dogs, they just want attention. I'm like, wow, this is a testing time. Now I cannot really be outside. I had I cooked my meal. I had to kind of stay inside. The owner was gone, right? That's what happens. People work hard, and he's got two dogs, and they were loose in his backyard. It's not that big. I mean, it's So we have, and then we have this backyard, and there's this like a not little fence, but a wooden fence, and they somehow, the other dog, he was more narrower, thinner, so he managed to go in between that space, and so I was pretty much kind of entertained at the same time. Oh my goodness. These dogs, they need lots of attention. At the same time, I notice, oh, the energy is not that great. So, and I know the owner doesn't have a great energy. He's got some health issues, and people are very nice, but they're drained from their work. And I go over and just leave a message that, hey, your dog is in your backyard. And then I noticed like all this trash in front of his door, and another like empty cans, where the trash is being taken out. And then he's got like an old Mustang there, everything rusty, with his seats being taken out, all rusty. And it's just like, wow, 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 wow. Like people, they have families, right? Or they have homes. He's probably divorced. I don't know whether, I'm sure he sees his children. The other thing, he kind of built this little platform for for his boy to play basketball, right? And maybe I saw him once do that, and it's just kind of very sad how the system, it's I just watch it. It just takes people's life away. It does. If people are so attached to this material world, external world, they're listening, the government, they're so attached, and people don't have time for themselves, for their beautiful soul to connect with. And that's why I continue what I continue. And of course we had the now the again proxy war, with the proxy Israel. And what I mean by it, it's being instigated by the mafia, right? The cabal, the Illuminati, with their high advanced technology. And they do have so-called the advantage of freedom, having their spacecrafts, and all these weapons and all this gear. Of course the red wave frequency is running through all that, right? So that's why they're running reversals based on mathematics. But that's why all these innocent people, again, everything's sacrificed, because that's how they're carrying the agenda of those negative aliens. So start understanding the structure, the energy structure, where sound, light, frequency, vibration, and they're pretty much damaging our DNA. They are, sacrificing children and innocent people to the Babylonian god. This America, right, became the corporate America, with the constitution being suspended, and became the Babylonian Empire, with the Seeker or Orion group here, and worshiping the AI god with the Godmal algorithm. And this is a military country, so the Dracos are really in charge. There are the ancient of the ancient warriors, and of course we also had Draco from Andromeda, but of course there was war going on with the Orion, I'm sure, with the Orion constellation as well. And now they just kind of infiltrated this planet, and because they were one of also those first so-called settlers, I'm sorry, they colonized this earth as probably one of those first ones. And I don't know how that happened, because Tara exploded, and then we have those 12 planets, one of them was Earth, and so they came here and started occupying it. And they're studying the life, but they're doing it through their technology, and they just went way too far ahead technologically, and stopped paying attention to their hearts, to their soul, and even their reproductive organs not working. That's why we have the hybridization program, with the Zetas and with other alien and ET races, to save the human race. Because sooner or later people will be realized how we've been all dumbed down, and are extremely compromised, extremely kind of damaged, our psyche, our DNA, our crystalline technology, and you know, our food, right, water and air. So it's still a miracle, even for some of the ETs watching us, that humanity is still alive. We're still, you know, we are rolling here, and so many people are awakening. They're doing wonderful, amazing job. And you know, so there's so much disclosure now happening, all this awakening, like that shit in consciousness, guys. And you know, tomorrow we're entering the 1010 portal. Then we have the Pluto finally getting from that retrograde kind of mode, and still looks like still in Capricorn. The, what is it, the Pluto return, right? The Pluto return. That's why I wanted to touch again back on America, the true America, the Atlantis rising. And what else I wanted to talk about? Oh, the judicial system, right? How that was kind of set up. It's just pretty much, it's a game, right? And there again, pretty much siphoning energy from us. You know, the Cabal, the Luciferian Knights Templar, they understand energy. They kind of studied the Esoterica. You had these esoteric societies also back then, you know, World War I, World War II, kind of the German Nazi secret societies, right? But that was all about the technology and about AI, about aliens, and how to then occupy Moon and Mars, and how to have contact with the Nordics, and with the Orion group, and even with the Zetas. They know that the here the U.S. Congress signed the treaties, you know, with the Zetas that actually work for the Seeker Empire. So the technology and the AI, you know, everything, it's here. There's nothing new under the sun. After World War II, all these crazy experimentations start happening on the US military, or the military personnel, right? Also with time travel technology, the MK Ultra, torture, you know, with using drugs like LSD. And so what happens, let me see if I have some of the charts of your light body, because so many people don't understand, I guess, energies and chakra. So what happens when you're on drugs or when you're on mushrooms, right? You get into these astral planes, and because the Zetas and the Anunnaki, you know, the invisible empire, right? They know how to hide in those places, and they have highly advanced technology, including those chips and nanobots and the holographic inserts. That's what happened, these so-called initiation, those guys that enter the military, right? Or who kind of were experienced upon, or military abductions, guys. They insert, like I said, all kinds of technology in our aura energy field. And for us, we're the starseed star workers. We have such a advanced, highly advanced etheric technology, because our DNA already has been activated, right? So we're a perfect food source for them. So of course they were trying to make a cyborg out of me, right? The marine out of me, right? Introducing yoga to military, because I kind of I saw energetically those guys, they need to meditate, they need to go back to God, they need to connect with their source, you know, some Tibetan bowls, some chanting, whether Om Namah Shivaya or Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. I mean, I had everything set up in 2009, right? And long behold, you know, this black magic, the mind control sorcery, all these crazy, horrible dark forces, right, that they were then against me, just targeting me, constantly fighting me, okay? And then, like I said, that was January 2013, right? The Men in Black there. I ended up in psychiatric institution, and they came in that the shadow government, in their shadow bodies, and they just wanted to liquidate this body, because they understood, if they cannot control me, they need to get rid of me. And now they know what I came here to do. They understand the Ashtar command objectives, right? You know, they read energies. The thing is, those black magicians and the Cabal, and that's why I'm kind of in touch with them on that astral plane. And also so many of them, they're actually my soul family, star family, even on that monadic level. That's the oversoul, that's already 7, 8, and 9 dimension, right? So that's why I feel very foreign here among people, because if people don't read energies, they're working hard, and they're very superficial, artificial, and very selfish. And so many, like my family, also full of greed and just money. You know, people don't want to light, they don't want to even love, they don't want to talk about philosophy, they don't want to meditate, they don't want to chant. So this is not only here in America. Americans, I mean, experienced the same thing in Eastern Europe, right? But I kind of came here and saw the difference, whether in mentality or the upbringing. Okay. And so anyway, so what is it, so the whole Men in Black, and because we are bringing everything to divine justice, the Ashtar Galactic Command, we are the ground crew. So so I have all kinds of technology, nanobots also within me. Looks like I already was born as a hybrid. And we just kind of so-called secret mission, because the kind of counteract or kind of neutralize the energy of the military covert operation psyops. Why also called the proxy war with proxies, right? This is all psychological operations. And that's what I'm saying, like so many people are doing a wonderful job because they are seeing it, they are reporting it. I always either get emails, but right now I have to kind of calm down and not be on my phone too much. But it's just unbelievable how so many people are either reading the energies and they know we already been invaded, infiltrated by AI, and all these robots everywhere, and all these machines and so on. They're run by AI. There's like a AI functioning system. Like if the soldier is not doing good job, the AI of that machine gun kind of takes over, and the AI is in charge. So we already kind of been overtaken by the AI. That's why it's time really to kind of let go of this 3D matrix and time to meditate. That's why I'm continuing what I'm continuing with. It's for my soul group, my soul mates, veterans, right? Who then ended up working for those terroristic organizations because of their, highly advanced DNA or the reversals in DNA. I mean, so many of us, they're like the Nazi, German kind of Gestapo, Rothschild bloodline, right? So, and I didn't know that till I came here. I mean, of course they were calling me even like Nazi or Polish Jew there in Eastern Europe. It's funny how, I don't know what it is, like as a child, already holding the energy, column of light shining bright. I was just kind of watching people, observing what the bleep is going on, but at the same time downloading all these horrible things, from ancestors, the poverty consciousness, and how people are hating each other. Or you're Polish, or you're Czech, or you're Slovak, or you are Hungarian, or you're Russian, or you're I mean, it's unbelievable. And now I'm watching all this craziness going on in the Middle East, whether you are Jew or no, you're from Gaza, or you're Palestinian, or you're from Israel, or no, you're from Iran, or you're from Iraq, or you're Arabic, or you're Muslim, but I am Jew. I mean, this is not the way to go. That's why America, right? The vision for America was the evolution of your consciousness, soul growth, personal growth, right? Spiritual evolution and national sovereignty and the equality. That's why we have the Constitution of 1776, or resurrecting again from all these corporate kind of bureaucracy on all this private jurisdiction under the cabal, the Swiss banking cartel, Davos Group, Bilderberg, right? We have the Declaration of Independence, the Bills of Rights. But guys, this all comes from within, having connection, deep connection to the divine. Okay, that's why the secret societies, not of those Satanist Luciferian Knights Templars, right, with the distorted Kabbalah teachings, with their distorted DNA, this distorted consciousness involving pedophilia, child sex trafficking, gun running, drug running, and money laundering. Okay, there's nothing to do with the societies of the Solar Rishi, of the true ascended masters, the Melchizedek order, the Magi Grail lineages. Okay, What else? We have the soul of Christ, Archangel Michael. We're resurrecting the true hologram and the true matrix or the true blueprint of the divine human angelic DNA. Again, this is your DNA skin suit, okay? It doesn't mean that we are all, there was the seeding of the angelic divine luminous beings, right? Back then in 5D, 5D earth, which is Tara, okay? So some of us actually, we are more of that ancient Christos races, and I came here to embody or cut that nonsense, make end to these bloodlines, families who actually were interbred with those alien races. And anyway, there's just so much the cosmic galactic history, and it's what I'm trying to say is it's time to meditate, time to just kind of feel our heart so we can connect with each other through our heart, start seeing the soul signature, energy signature. Everybody's got their beautiful song of their soul, and it's all about, you can see it, feel it through the voice of that person, what the person is saying, how the person is behaving, right? And that's what I noticed first, and then like, oh, you have a physical body as well, right? And then I start kind of computing and see how that person is operating here in this physical material world. But I know we're sound, we're Om, Hari Om, we are sound, light, frequency, vibration, okay? We are energy, we're spiritual beings having human experience, and here we came to be again soul realized. And America, right, the true vision or the true energy, or what's the true narrative, or the true fabric of America is to become again self-realized, soul realized. Even Paramsa Yogananda, who came here, I don't know, I'm sorry, in 30s or 20s, first to New York or to Massachusetts, right? And he ended up then Encinitas, California. So that was the institution of self-realization, right? And so we are resurrecting these energies. There was another beautiful New Yorker who went to India and who was studying under some of those gurus who represented Ganesh, Ganapataya Namaha, and who came back and then started creating these beautiful communities in Catskill, New York. And people, they loved it because America, right, this is the country, like, free spirit, and feel your soul and know yourself, who you truly are, and express it freely, right? In my country, when you say bohemian, that's the free expression of an artist, of a singer, of a musician. Bohemian. Now we have something else with bohemian, right? And where people share their gifts and talents, and they're dancing, and they have the secret ceremony. So that was the community back then in 70s. And then so-called, I think Yogi Rudy, right? He had a plane crash. I think that was already directed energy weapons back then, okay? I mean, this is what when I start again feeling back into these energies. And of course, Paramsa Yogananda took Mahasamadhi. These yogis, they know when to leave. I think he was told to leave the earth, right? Because they die consciously. They have such a control over their whether birthing process, dying process, over their energies of their consciousness, right? So Mahasamadhi, not somebody being on medication, going to nursing homes, and what is it? These kind of nursing homes, and what is it? The assisted living, and and that's how and the thing is, this is how we were designed. Have this uncloak technology, the divine technology, etheric DNA. So anyway, to me, he was instructed to leave back then in 1950s, because the Gestapo was already set up, right? The DARPA was already set up. The military industrial complex was set up. All kinds of horrible experimentations were done on people, on animals, on US population, especially in the military, okay? And I'm sure, and of course, I have all these now visions, connection, whether it's Paramsa Yogananda, Mahatavar Babaji, Satya Sai Baba, and so on. So we are resurrecting the true teachings of the true ascended master, of the true esoterica, with that secret symbology, with those black magicians perverted and reversed the flow. Okay, and they made it based on mathematics 5-5, right? That's also the kind of the distorted consciousness, distorted geometry also of the, you know, the mafia, the Mossad, the Khazarian mafia, and so on, and just wreaking havoc on this planet. Plus, of course, they had the moon, Mars, and of course, there was the Pluto, right? Saturn, when they were doing all these horrible blood sacrifices and rituals, right? Worshipping the Baal, or, you know, the Babylonian God, and so on. Anyway, so there's so much information, guys, you can study. Ascension glossary, Babylonian Empire, or like the ancient Egypt, everything, the pantheon thing, how through the red wave frequency, because they have technology that they can move the orbit of the planet, how they reverse the symbology, and also what each god represents, and even with the goddesses Isis or Hathor, right? And like the also the god Horus, you know, your third eye, how everything is so perverted, distorted, that just it's unfathomable. And they themselves, right, even compromise, sacrifice their DNA, especially the Anunnaki, the Anu, Elohim, who were the guardians of the 11 Stargate, right? Then of course there was the Dracos. They are the Stargate D12, 10 dimension, and we have the D12. There was Armatena, Stargate to Lyra. That's the cradle of the human civilization billions of years ago. Okay, again, that's history and so on. But let's come back here. So this timeline, you know, it's very complicated. Well, but at the same time, resurrecting the energy of of the Atlantis, of actually of the true America, the goddess America, is happening right here, right now, because we need to go back to nature, goddess America, right? Mother Earth, Mother Nature. We need to go back to our heart, back to our soul, okay? And choosing peace. And that's how when we heal our pain and kind of transform our shadow, and you know, we all are programmed, mind control, or wounded, right? So the healing, the transformational work is very important to then go back to light, right? Choosing light instead of darkness. Integration of the shadow, very important, so we become whole and complete. And those are the warrior races, be the warriors of light and defenders of truth and divine justice. So justice will be served, right? There's the, like I said, the trumpets are resounding. That's the last judgment, and pretty much it's been decided now who is going where, and who is choosing what, and what this is all about, right? But here, the forerunners, we have like an extra responsibility to build a platform for, you know, another ascension wave, number 2, number 3, and so on. You know, we are the system busters, renegades, and I have the Galactic project, right, for the power elite, for my soul siblings, to heal, to get back on track and be the Christos Templars, right? Protecting the path to the true, real Israel, the Holy Land that first we have to find within ourselves, right? The inner work. And then slowly and surely, right, we're building the momentum. And now the holy land, this is now the holy vessel that is now ascending, transcending, right? And we are moving to the next octave, harmonic universe number 2. It has to do with consciousness, guys. This is Ascension Plan B, which is Ascension, the inner knowingness, the inner standing, right? The feeling your true divine essence, your true nature, feeling that love, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, forgiving yourself, being the compassionate witness that is everything that is happening, that is transpiring, right? I mean, you know, this is what I am choosing. Some individuals, they may be choosing something else, but this is what I am teaching, and I want to bring the teachings of the Ascended Masters, especially of the yogis, back here to America. Okay, if you want to change, be the change, right? Because I came over here and all I could feel or sense, this is not America. This is not how America should be, right? The land of freedom, and just kind of, I came here to actually study Buddhism, right? I did visited a couple of ashrams. I started back in 2002 here in Florida, right? I'm back in Florida. I mean, I was in Massachusetts, New York, and of course I had this beautiful healing journeys there in Sedona, Arizona. Okay, but kind of money, everything expired, cost lots of money just to kind of get back on track from that Men in Black, how they totally desecrated my energy field, especially my astral body was totally was damaged. But there's the AI technology. They can connect us. It connected me to my causal body, to my etheric bodies, right? So I can still walk and talk and continue my mission, right? Because I have also hybrid children here, and this is my duty, my responsibility to help my soul siblings who, like I said, ended up in those terroristic organizations, extremely abused, violated, raped. Okay, and so they need proper healing, and so they're of course in hand with mafia, and it's just kind of, we need to be now loving, forgiving, reading the energies, and we need to go back to true America. I can continue more about the system, but let's just finish something what I already started here, because I wanted to talk about how actually the America, the true principles, right, was the occult astrology, right? Knowing yourself, who you are through astrology, numerology, your horoscope, esoteric teaching, esoteric knowledge of the Far East, right? The Ascended Masters there. Holistic healing, guys. Holistic healing, not medications and all these hospitalizations and all these surgeries, and Eastern philosophy, right? Yoga, meditation, and lots of also the teaching of the Tibetan masters of Buddhism, Hinduism. I can see how people are so much attached to the materialism, consumerism, but the path of a yogi and even of Buddha, right? I mean, Buddha means awaken. He was Siddhartha Gautama. And so he was a prince. He had a wife, he had a son, and he left the kingdom because he wanted to know and experience and understand the true meaning of life. And that's what we came here about, and that's what really America, right, is to again realize yourself, just go back to home, to your heart, and feel your soul and become whole and complete, right? Reconnect with source, be one with source. And that's how we were designed, having direct connection to God, to source, to what is. Again, also there was the true spiritual teachings and practices, the sacred rituals and ceremonies, right? Mystica, Esoterica, and pretty much those who have a genuine interest in the spiritual quest, right? This what America offers to disseminate this kind of spiritual wealth, ancient wisdom, and these secret societies, right? Especially there was the Theosophical Society of Madame Blavatsky, and Rudolf Steiner, and Alice Bailey, and her Lutz's Trust, which means divine light, ancient wisdom. We'll go back to that because the judicial system, again, totally inverted and perverted the entire teachings and even the names, okay? And now the Bar Association, right, the whole kind of the Supreme Court is under the Aleister Crowley, the Luciferian Knights Templar OTO organization, right, which is again satanic Luciferian nature, and they understand energies. Those black magicians calling themselves they are the Masonic, right? They understand how to drain energy from you, and they have technology. And even the judicial system is based upon that parasitic energy. If you don't have money, right, they just drain as much. It's a business. Going to court is a business. Okay, not only on that financial level but also energy level, right? Because energetically wise, even well, the sacred geometry, the Masonic symbols in those buildings, right, they're running reversals, right? They have all kinds of satellites, implant chips. Now you have the surveillance going on, and it's just pretty much targeting you, draining your energy, burning your aura energy field, just making you drained, okay, and just making you so dumbed down that the attorney has to represent you, because you're nothing but a piece of paper, right? You're some kind of birth certificate. You already made a bond with the corporate services, so with those big letters, you're a dead entity under the admiralty law. So you're just like a vessel on a sea ocean, right? And they pretty much export you whatever they want to, okay? And even there are those attorneys or lawyers or judges, they can build the entire courthouse. So they have their, it's their game, and they have their black magicians in those black coats, right? And they are pretty much celebrating the death cult. And you are just a straw man there, okay? So just kind of letting you know how that was all kind of pre-planned, how it was all arranged. And now things are changing, right? And things are transpiring, and that's why we're in a psychological warfare, spiritual warfare. And it's time to preserve our energies. It's time to go deep within, protecting our aura energy field. That's why I have the Guardian Ascension protocol, right? Constantly talk about the energies, about chanting, about violet flame invocation, japa mantra meditation, writing things down, PTSD, time to heal, what is it, the 5D protocol from Telos, right? And it is it's like training. It's spiritual, okay, my mind is a little bit discipline, spiritual discipline, okay? And so that's kind of I'm still keeping those timelines. Like, we came here to, our presence is very important to keep the Ascension timelines, guys. Here the 12 tribes, so Israel is the 12 tribes, the 12 strands of DNA, right? Instead of the draconian kind of Saturnian timeline, right? Constant war with the proxy Israel, with the directed energy weapons, psychotronic weapons, and all these conquer and divide, the archonic deception strategy, victim, victimizer, master, slave, okay? And just people lost and confused, and they don't have a space and time or some some kind of holistic place where they can heal, they can rejuvenate, regenerate. And that's the Ashtar Galactic Command. Here we are planting the seed. And again, yoga, Ayurveda, that's my passion. That's what I'm sticking to, and some kind of Draco or Illuminati, right? It's not going to prevent me from me fulfilling the divine plan on earth, to continue with my mission. And it is what it is, and justice will be served. And now we're under the law of one. What goes around comes around. Everything moves in a circle of motion. That's why it's for everybody. What we're putting out there, what we're emitting, right? We have to pay attention to our thoughts, walking mindfully, and just being of service, and being in our heart, and being nice to each other, and speaking our truth with loving kindness. And it's a training, guys. This is a stage. Like William Shakespeare, right? I was saying that, to be or not to be, we're the act. This is a stage. World is like a stage, and we're the actors. And what are we choosing each and every minute, each and every day? Because that's the quantum manifestation. We're building the potency, the momentum, right? And that's what we're attracting. And that's what, how the universe also communicates with us. And that's where we find ourselves, location wise, right? What's the altitude, latitude, and so on certain platform, right? And we are now responsible for everything, right? Pointing finger and judging, and look what those Illuminati are doing, and now all these red wave frequencies, right, coming online. So it's time to kind of calm down, meditate, go into your heart, and bring those energies of peace and loving kindness back online, because that technology is within us, that inner etheric technology. And we came here to, again, to practice all that, to evolve, to grow, and to master our mind, master our senses, master our energies, even our sexual energies, our sexual flow, where we are also we are the prana chi, right, where the sexual energy, I mean, that's the kundalini rising, that's in that coccyx area. Okay, if you understand the yoga philosophy and the yoga teachings, I mean, so then you know what I'm talking about. Because no more, right, we've been here unplugged, right? You can see how we were DNA unplugged, and how humanity only ended up with 2 strands of DNA, and how they scrambled that DNA, and how they were constantly poisoning us and mind controlling us, and polluting this environment, and calling us slaves, or useless eaters, or who knows what else. But also it's time to be vegan and vegetarian. Okay, very important, because Saint Germain, who is actually even considered the father of America, Goddess America, and you know, he was part of this secret societies. He was a Rosicrucian philosopher, strict vegetarian. He was a friend and a teacher of Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, and they are the ones who actually started the Continental Congress in 1775, where they created and designed American flag. And do you know what happened July 4th, 1776, right? They was signing on the Declaration of Independence. So anyway, he was a master alchemist, brilliant philosopher, virtuoso musician, artist, right? And his numerous and monumental initiatives contributed to the upliftment of humankind, and you know, getting out of the dark ages back into the new golden age in Aquarius, guys. So we are repeating this cycle of Renaissance, of we are repeating the Ascension cycles, the DNA activation, the star activation. Back also in 2000 years ago, Yahshua was here, right? D12, Yahshua, who came here with you know, Mother Mary and Maria Magdalena, right? They came here on a specific mission, whether from Andromeda or they were also on those Pleiadian spaceships, okay? And then, of course, ascending through the Giza portals back to those higher dimensions, okay? So we are resurrecting those timelines. Very important. Those are on that specific mission, holding that frequency vibration of ascension, of liberation, of expansion of consciousness. And America, right, is the country that's the blueprint of America. So we are bringing the soul of America back online, because this is the purpose, the mission of America, and this is even our mission and purpose of life, to know ourselves as we truly are, not what the Matrix, right, you know, is trying to do to us, or the Draconis and, you know, the Illuminati. But at the same time, it's enough is enough. Now we know who they are, where they are, and instead of pointing fingers and being in that anger zone, right, the red wave frequency, that they are now actually sabotaging us, that they are radiating us and burning us and so on. It's time to go deep within our hearts and be responsible and reconnect with the divine spark within that sacred chamber of your heart, where the threefold founder flame resides, right? That's the power, that's the wisdom, that's the love. So understand that the kingdom of heaven is within. There's really much nothing outside of us. We've been stuck here in this prison planet, in this matrix. Time to also kind of detach, right? All this attachment is not going to is not going to take us anywhere, right? All this consumerism, materialism, how people attach to their homes and to their physical and material stuff. Of course, we need to live somehow, but at the same time, life is change, and we need to be really in our power, in our strength, strengthening inner core, very important. And like walking those energies of love, right, in grace, we're implementing the Galactic Codex. And also time to surrender to what is and do our best and find that spiritual power from within. And that's how we overcome the entire matrix. That's how we ascend, transcend, and not allow those abusers to abuse us anymore. The power lies within. The kingdom of heaven is within. Know yourself and be free. I am in this world, but not out of it. Okay, and just kind of know that, feel that, understand that. No matter what, you know, it's going out there outside of you. Know that all is well. Know that you are loved, and we are ascending. We already ascended in those extremely higher etheric places, and now everything is unfolding for us to learn, to understand, to finish our lessons here, right? And of course, we came also here to transform, transmute that shadow, right? Those who are choosing again light, we're going back to light divine. And so everything, all these experiences, actually they served, they had a special meaning to expand our consciousness, to learn our lessons, and then integrate back to light, because now we are spiritually rich. That's the abundance. Now we know how to help others, right? And share these loving energies with others, whether to teach them or just hold the energy for them, pray for people that they need, lots of prayers, lots of help, right? And you know, I'm going back to my meditation, and it's kind of getting late. And I got guys, continue next time with, you know, Return of True America. I talk more about the kind of the old judicial system, right? How it was based upon on those reversals, on the 3D matrix, siphoning our energies, just taking money out of us and putting innocent people or beautiful souls, so of course made a mistake. We all make mistakes. They put them back to the cell, which is like back to the battery, right? They can siphon energy to us, and it's done through those judges or attorneys, right, who work for those corporate institutions, right, or who are work for the CIA, FBI, under the umbrella of DARPA, and they are the instigators, or they're propagating this whole 3D matrix and how to destroy humanity. And you see how everything is interconnected, how everything, you know, just kind of is all intertwined, that all this separation, we need to pretty much learn how to accept everything the way it is, and through the inner work, through the inner transformation, reach the self-realization and be of selfless service. And that's how we're exiting the matrix and become free, divine, luminous beings. I'll talk to you next time. Many blessings and namaste. Bye-bye.